enough, I think. It's enough, I think.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Green Live stream. I'm your host, Edie Arndell, and I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Mr. Scott Free. What's going on, Scott?
I am doing good, doing good. Hey, everybody.
We're super busy, but this is our probably the favorite thing that we do all week.
Yeah.
So before we get started, just a quick reminder, please like, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, share it to 10 friends. Why not? And hit the notification bell. I think we haven't been asking, but our this live stream on YouTube is still growing.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool.
Look.
Oh, see, I'm echoing here.
536. We're up to 536.
Yeah, not that long ago we just barely made 500.
And it was really hard to get to 500. And JB from RBN, he said the same thing to us. He goes, yeah, that first 500 is really rough. So
Alexandria's here. What's up, Alexandria?
Hey, how's it going?
I don't know what Calispera means. Good evening,
I don't
everyone.
know, but you can come back on the show and explain, or just explain in the comments. No, we just had Alexandria on for our last live stream. It was fantastic. Highly recommend go watching it. Yes. Alexandria is going to be a great candidate, Illinois U.S. District 10. So Lake County, if folks know.
Running against who?
Brett Snyder. Oh my God, the nightmare of all nightmares. Well, I don't know. It's a competition. I think Richie Torres. I think it's a 1 and 2 between those two. Who is the worst? I don't know. It's really rough. Woo.
That's not the kind of contest you want to win, is it?
No, but that's you know.
What's up? Hey Jones. I believe that's Alex. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. Yeah. So we're gonna start with FEMA'S dropped calls. Wow.
Just and you knew it was coming, right? You knew it was coming. But go ahead. Let me put this.
Do we have a graphic? I don't know. But that's right.
We have an article. Yeah, we have an article.
Okay, unforgivable. FEMA missed thousands of calls from Texas flood victims after Nome fired contractors. Wow. So basically, they're just hanging us out to dry. So this is Stephen Prager from Common Dreams. Outrage continues to grow against U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem over her response to the deadly floods that ravaged Texas last week. I guess it's been like 10 days now. According to a Friday report from the New York Times, of all people, more than 2/3 of phone calls to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, from flood victims went unanswered after Noem allowed hundreds of contractors to be laid off on July 5th, just a day after the nightmare storm.
That's the amazing thing, is that they were scheduled to be fired. It hits on July 4th. I mean, disaster of all disasters, and she doesn't bring him back.
Yeah. According to the Times, this dramatically hampered the ability of the agency to respond to calls from survivors in the following days. On July 5th, as flood waters were starting to recede, FEMA received 3,027 calls from disaster survivors and answered 3,018, or roughly 99%. That doesn't make sense.
Well, no. But skip to the next day. The next day, July 6th, received 2,363 calls and answered only 846, so 35%. So that's where the drop off. The first day was fine, and then they were all
99.7 down to 35.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Calling is one of the primary ways that flood victims apply for aid from the Disaster Relief Agency, but Nome would wait until July 10th, 5 days later, to renew contracts with the people who took those phone calls. I don't even know what to say.
I know, right? Because, and I'm glad that they put it in that perspective, because you're right. We've just been through this horrific disaster. People are probably dead. And you have to make a call to try to get some help, and then you're not getting the help. I mean, you
may have lost everything.
Yeah.
Here's a good paragraph. Put yourself in the shoes of a survivor. You've lost everything. You're trying to find out what's insured and what's not, and you're navigating multiple aid programs. he added, one of the most important services in disaster recovery is being able to call someone and walk through these processes and paperwork. If
Exactly.
you've ever applied for anything with the government, you know there's like 10 steps. You get it wrong, you get denied, da 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 da.
And
The
that's
lapse is a direct result of a policy introduced by NOM last month, which required any payments made by FEMA above 100,000 to be directly approved by her before taking effect. NOM, who has said she wants to eliminate FEMA entirely, described it as a way of limiting waste, fraud, and abuse.
yeah, right. I mean,
I
that's
think she's a waste, fraud, and abuse. Let's
yeah,
her job.
exactly. No, it just points to the the sickness of that whole waste, fraud, and abuse idea. Is of all places to cut it, FEMA. Really, you really think waste, fraud, and abuse is going to be sitting in FEMA? I mean, it's horrific. But that's this administration.
Mm-mm-mm.
Horrible.
Yep. And this is from SharePost, which if you're not signed up for SharePost, you won't need to sign up for anything else. Because they send me like 30 articles a day, and it's from all over the internet. They kind of cull it for me.
Okay.
And most of it's really good. Some of it's a little lib dim friendly, but I still read it because I want to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you got to know what's going on.
Yeah. So.
All right. So now I've got the Texas Observer article.
I thought maybe you might want to talk about this.
Sure.
Trump's DOGE cuts are a Texas-sized disaster.
Yeah. Do I have it up here? Let's see.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for being here. This is what we do. We have to get the word out. I mean, if not us, who? Nobody else is filling that slot right now. The other third parties don't have the ballot access structure that we do. Jill Stein could have been elected if people would have just voted for her. And not that the other parties don't do wonderful work. They absolutely do. But we have the structure to get on the ballot and actually challenge the power in that way. And
I'm struggling to get down there.
Okay.
Crap. Let's see. I'm gonna have to delete a few things, and then because I can't get it to scroll up. Shit.
Okay. Whatever you gotta do.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I can kind of start reading a little bit. Let's see.
Sure.
So Trump's DOGE cuts are Texas-sized disaster. There you go. Look at that.
And the thing about this article, this is the Texas Observer. This was July 3rd. So they were talking all about this before the biggest disaster in Texas in decades.
Wow.
Yeah. And the one thing that I wanted to cover, I can just read a little bit at the beginning. President Donald Trump's commitment to energy dominance would seem to be good news for the Texas economy. But in the administration's reversal of environmental policies, including via the chaos of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, trashing federal agencies, it is easy to overlook changes that are of a particular importance for the state. Federal resources for managing climate augmented weather disasters are being wiped out, and crucial information about future risks is being destroyed or degraded. Meanwhile, state leaders stand by while denying the seriousness of climate change as a driver of these events and the threat this poses to the state economy. And what's so sick about the climate change denial on the Republican side versus the climate acceptance but do nothing on the Democratic side is that's the theater. And they're using climate change in their theater of keeping the duopoly, fighting each other. And and we saw what happened on July 4th.
Yeah, it's all for show.
And I wanted to add this, this is, as you've heard about DOGE, this is exactly what they were doing. Moreover, concern with the cuts is not just about money. The administration is trying to kill every program that pops up in a search for the word climate. In the process, the heart is being cut out of agencies that produce information that the state needs to manage its environmental threat. Consider just two examples: severe storm prediction and coastal surge. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration The country's central weather hub provides the analysis undergirding forecasts of wildfires, severe storms, heavy rain events, and its observation systems to provide the data required to support this activity. When you watch TV weather, I do, or get a fire warning, it is largely an NOAA product. And you see them struggling with that, and man, they are feeling it after this disaster because there were a number of things that were not set up as it went into the local system. One thing that I don't think is necessarily their fault, but we have to change our the way we kind of run things, even on the smallest, minutest level, and that is that the girls at the camp, you're not allowed to have your cell phone there, right? Because kids use cell phones distraction. Well, obviously people need to wake up to the reality is that every person, even if they are a child or a young adult, needs a cell phone with them at all times. They
That
can't
may have
be
saved
doing
lives.
this. Right. I mean, that's a total side note, but I'd heard that and that really hit me that, people living in the old world of, oh, you can't, they're going to be distracted with their games. People, these are
Well, you just
now
make them keep it in their
life-saving.
pocket. Good point, Alexandria. Things like this are why you should take money from billionaires instead of services. They
Oh,
they
God.
they shouldn't exist. Billionaires do not have the right to exist, in my opinion.
No, they really shouldn't. And in the 19 post the New Deal era, they were taxing millionaires, I think, at like a 90%.
Hmm.
It was like about 80 to 90%. And of course, has just gone down and down ever since. And now we see the end results of the decades of
Yeah,
just
yeah. And what that
destroying our
actually
country.
does is force them to reinvest in their companies. You know, expand their operations, pay their people more. Because that that takes down their tax burden if they like reinvest. But the lower the tax rate, they just treat it like an ATM and pay their shareholders.
Yeah.
That's all that happens. It doesn't. I mean, you have to kind of force them to do that, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but
And
I did want to mention while I was researching something this week, I didn't realize bring back payphones. I didn't realize that DOGE also means uh, uh, what is it? Do only good every day.
oh,
So thank you for stealing that.
yeah. Oh my God. It definitely has a different purpose now, doesn't it? Wow.
like in
Whew.
Bizarro World, like you just flipped it completely on its head.
Uh,
Yeah. Anyway, so one that we're not going to put up because it was an ad. But I watched something interesting on, of all places, ABC put out a documentary, um, and it's available on Hulu, called Maui Rising: The Fight for Hawaii's Future. It was really good, but it
okay.
was talking about the fire in Lahaina
Mhm.
and the things that happened because of it. Like, so they went back to the history of Hawaii, in which, we don't really think about those things. Hawaii was taken over at gunpoint. We sent
Right.
our army there,
So we could have a
surrender,
military base. That's why
so
we
we could
took the
have Pearl
land.
Harbor. Hmm.
Yep.
And immediately, of course, then comes the colonization crap. They brought in people for plantations, which planted non-native grasses, which destroyed their environment and still is destroying their environment.
Hmm.
And it robs the water. And, it ruined their ecosystem. And all that for decades. I mean, when was Hawaii added? In 1950? So
Yeah,
75 years
59,
of,
59, I think.
yeah. So, 60, 70 years of this happening. And that's how towns burned down. They literally lost everything.
Oh
And
God.
then the mayor decided to open it back up for tourism shortly after the fire because they were losing money. So there's these vacationers out there, scuba diving and having a good time off the coast of Lahaina while they're still searching for bodies.
Yeah. Yeah. Horrific.
You know, it's worth watching. It's called
Okay.
Maui Rising,
Cool.
and the people fought back, and they got some stuff accomplished locally.
Okay.
Hawaii is now majority non-native
Yeah.
because they made paradise unaffordable.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, so Yeah, we need FEMA.
Oh boy.
We need to quit being such a
And
bully.
hurricane season is coming, so boy.
Yeah. So, I'm sure there's 20 more stories we could do about FEMA, about their failures, but my favorite person this week, besides Scott.
No, she wins.
Okay.
No, not even close. She wins by a mile.
I said my
I'll put her
favorite.
up.
I'm allowed to say.
Oops.
Oh, is Francesca Albanese. Yeah, she is absolutely incredible. Um, yeah, if anyone deserves the Peace Prize, that's her. Boldly speaking truth to corporate power. It hands down, she is the gutsiest and most moral human being alive on the planet today.
And if folks don't know what that reference is, it's because Netanyahu put in a vote to give Trump a peace prize, which is like the most, it's gross beyond belief. But a lot of those things are frauds. I mean, they gave Obama a peace prize before he got into office. The whole thing is pretty gross. They've destroyed that concept anyway. But anyway,
Yeah, they need to make it for
all
real
those
or do away with it.
those organizations are all fake. They're all fake. The
So this,
Pulitzer Prize, I
yeah,
just want a quick note. Pulitzer Prize, they gave it to the folks who did the article on the mass rapes of October 7th, which never happened. And they proved that it never happened. And they gave the Pulitzer Prize after that, after they had proven it was a completely fake article. But anyway,
so it means nothing now.
none of those award things.
It actually means worse than nothing. They're on the
Yeah,
wrong side. So did you want to read this one at all?
sure.
The revolution continues. This was posted July 15th, and it's by C.A. Matthews.
Yeah, just a little bit. Serving as the United Nations Special Rapporteur, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong,
No, I
for
think
the
that's it.
occupied, really, for the occupied territories of Palestine is a tough job. And Francesca Albanese knew when she took on the position that she was bound to make her share of enemies. However, the vile things coming out of the mouths of genocide enabler Donald Trump and his boyfriend, genocide instigator Benjamin Netanyahu, about Albanese's recent work reporting on the economic conditions and the genocide in Gaza are unbelievable. Even as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio had to get in on the feces slinging by sanctioning her, oh, he's the one who ordered that, for standing up for the Palestinian people's human rights. I'm not going to even read what he posted.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say to connect it to Illinois is there's that picture of Dick Durbin with his arm around Marco Rubio saying, I support him in the vote when they voted. I think it was unanimous to make him.
And what
Uh,
state is Dick Durbin from?
yeah, Illinois. So, Democrat.
A Democrat from Illinois.
Right,
Just saying.
right. Voted for this creep. Um, Yeah, I don't. Albanese was sanctioned by the U.S. on Wednesday in connection with her work as a UN expert. Never been done before. Sanctioning a UN person, scrutinizing Israeli and U.S. actions in occupied Palestine. She is the first UN expert in history to be the subject of sanctions. Um, and I do want to cover her little. If I could put that up, the video of her.
Oh, the
'Cause it's
video.
really
Yeah, yeah.
good.
I wanted to read this little part. In
Oh, go
spite of
for
the
it.
pressures and threats from bullies such as Trump and Rubio, Miss Albanese carries on. She even calmly explained why she's under fire for exposing state and corporate complicity in Israel's genocide. And she kept bringing it back. She's like, "It's not about me. Stop asking about me. I want countries to sign on and stop the material support of Israel immediately." So,
Yeah.
Joe made a comment here. What's up, Joe? The duopoly isn't fighting each other. They get along just fine. So it's up to the
Exactly.
250 million who want to change, to think outside the duopoly box. Not many have seen the clear way out. We are the way out, y'all. And I was just thinking on my drive to come here today. I was out running errands this morning. Green Party is kind of a DIY. You kind of join and you do it yourself.
Yeah, that is very true, which is really cool,
Hmm.
actually. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It can be a little discouraging. Let me try to play this.
Okay.
I am the first UN person to be imposed sanctions for what? For having exposed the genocide? For having denounced the system? I mean, they've never challenged me on the facts. I've given these companies the opportunity to correct me. Instead, they have gone whining to the US administration to treat me as they are. It's okay. This speaks to who they are. I continue to do what I have to do. Yes, of course it will be challenging, but if what I want to say, if a human being, I'm just a human being, I'm not even paid to do what I'm doing, okay? So I'm putting really everything I have in the line. If I can do that, all of you, all your people, all your politicians, and my people can do at least that. Together we can stand this pressure, and together we can really get out of this genocide as with a hope for a better world, because otherwise it will be much worse. I mean, this is.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
And
and she's naming the names of the corporations, and that's why they really don't like her.
right, right.
I canceled my Airbnb account.
Oh, okay. I just saw the headline. I haven't listened to or got the details of that one.
I already disposed of my Amazon. Like, as you find these things out, like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, when we found out, like I found out recently, all the tech companies' involvement with AI, it's sick. Google, Microsoft, I mean, all of them are involved in the AI in Israel, in the destruction of Palestine and the other countries they're trying to take over, like Syria.
Yeah, and
It's on and on.
Airbnb is posting properties for,
Oh, that's
in
what it is.
West
Of
Bank,
course.
right?
Got it. Oh, duh. Hello.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
And when I left and they asked why, I told them why.
Good.
Because they need to know why I left.
Yep.
So you're allowing people to post properties in the middle of a genocide in a country that's, being harmed. Like, not down with that. I don't remember what I said. I'm sure it was a lot harsher than what I just said. But and I don't use curse words. I just go for the gut.
So I'll put up the Hague piece, which is really
that's from
important.
Mondaweiss. Yeah. Yep. So, in a historic gathering, 12 countries announced Israel sanctions and renewed legal action to end the genocide. So this is from Mondaweiss, and it came to my inbox from SharePost. Did you have a specific section? Let's see.
Well, you can start to read the top, and then I'll just go and read the 6 actions that they're going to take.
Okay. Speaking about Palestine is speaking about resistance in the heart of horror. This is how Francesca Albanese, the UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in the occupied Palestinian territories, summed it up at the emergency conference in Bogota, Colombia. The same Albanese who is currently facing sanctions imposed by the U.S. government for, according to them, making anti-Semitic remarks, after repeatedly denouncing the brutalities committed by Israel against the Palestinian people. And by the way, most Zionists are not Jewish.
Right. Christian Zionism is the highest percentage. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, just a question. If you're a really good rapper, are you a rapporteur? Sorry.
Only if you're on tour.
Oh, duh. Got me on that one. Okay. So now I know, I mean, we're having fun. But the Hague, I mean, this could be maybe the most important thing. There is no doubt that Yemen has been doing it. They have been bombing that one port. I'm going to forget which port it is. Israel has 3 ports. And
is it Rafah?
Maybe. I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But
Alexandria,
they have they have 3 ports. And if we shut them all down, they're done. And so, I mean, that's right. Iran did that other port. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember
Port
the
of
names.
Hormuz.
No. These are the ports that come into Israel. No. But no, and they bombed it. They bombed the area. But anyway, let me read the 6 points here that they are going to get these countries to do. I'm a little confused by the numbers they have in this article. At the top it says 12.
12 countries.
Then it says representatives from 30 states.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
But
number
12
I
countries,
heard.
12 countries signed on and said yes
Okay. All right.
to these 6 provisions. That's the
Oh,
way I
not
understand
everybody
it.
did. Okay, not everyone did. Okay. So 1, prevent the provision of transfer of arms, munitions, military fuel, related military equipment, and dual use items to Israel as appropriate to ensure that our industry does not contribute to the tools or enable or facilitate genocide. I'm going to make just the first sentence of each. 2, prevent the transit, docking, and servicing of vessels at any port, if applicable, within our territorial jurisdiction, while being fully compliant with the applicable international law. 3, prevent the carriage of arms, munitions, military fuel, and dual-use items to Israel on vessels bearing our flag. Commence an urgent review of all public contracts in order to prevent public institutions, there you go, and public funds, where applicable, from supporting Israel's illegal occupation. So take them down in that way too. Comply with our obligations to ensure accountability for the most serious crimes under international law through robust, impartial, independent investigations. Finally, support universal jurisdiction mandates. And as where applicable in our legal constitutional frameworks and judiciaries to ensure justice for all victims and the prevention of future crimes in the occupied Palestinian territory. So, yeah, so it's hopeful that these countries acting together with these strong moves will be able to shut them down. It's, you know, it's too bad that we're on the wrong side of this. It's really horrific that the U.S. is on the side of Hitler in this one. But
Yeah, we live in the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
I did want to read 2 more paragraphs that I think are very important
Great.
to understand, and then we'll name the countries.
Oh, great.
Despite these accusations, this is Albanese. Albanese remains firm in her denunciations. She reiterated on several occasions that we must not allow these actions to distract us from what truly matters. The genocide that for the past 20 months has escalated against the people of Gaza and the massive human rights violations taking place across Palestine, which have left, she says more, I say drastically more than 60,000 people dead, most of them women and children. The global majority, also known as the Global South, has been the driving force behind actions against Israel's genocide, with South Africa and Colombia playing key roles in the process. She told Mondaweiss during a press conference on the first day of the emergency conference for Gaza. So you can go look that up. Convened by the governments of Colombia and South Africa. These actions have led to the creation of spaces for sanctions and resistance. What we've been insisting on all along is that more and more countries must join these efforts. And we've been through the proper channels for 20 months.
Can you name the 12 countries now?
Let's see. Emergency conference. So here were the countries that attended. There's 30 of them, but I'm trying to find. By the way, Mexico, Spain, Brazil, China were in that list.
Yeah, Turkey, Qatar, I'm surprised. Colombia, South Africa.
I know Iraq was one of them. I'm trying to find it now.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought I had it here, but maybe I don't have it yet.
But anyway, I mean, it's a positive, possible improvement on the situation. We'll see the effects, but yeah, these countries need to step up. Yemen can't be the only one doing everything. Come on, people.
Yeah, Yemen gets it on a visceral level. That's why they're fighting so hard. They're like, we know we're next. We've been there, done that. And one point that Francesca made is that this is practice for the rest of the world.
Oh, God, yes.
Like, if y'all don't step up now, it's going to be your country next. And don't think we're immune because we live here. I mean, just watch the rest of the show. We are not immune.
No, and they are using, especially in AI and drone technology. This is the testing ground. And yeah, it is definitely coming here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So, well, the next one, Scott wasn't sure why I had it on here. I'm an artist.
No. I just, go for it.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, there it is. Got it. Okay.
Also, This artist, hang on, let me get it pulled up, created a showroom for a genocide. We're still furnishing. What is his name? Jack Clarke. I arrived in Doncaster on one of those sticky human Fridays where everything feels like it's wearing a damp jumper. My journey from Salford, I believe this is, yeah, it's Britain, was a slow, passive-aggressive trudge through Britain's train system. Yeah. So, he's talking about the privilege of sitting there, being able to vape and hang out at a elf bar and do different stuff. But he compared what's going on. So it's a 24-hour art display showing the differences between what's going on inside of Gaza and what's going on inside of Israel.
Okay,
Like,
I see
as
the
if you were there.
bulldozer. Okay, now I see the bulldozer in the back. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's something that artists and writers and musicians can do. We all need to bring whatever skills we have.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're so inclined, make a statement with that, and it's more readily accepted because there's a little more flexibility in the art world, in my opinion.
And where is this?
Oh, it's
Doncaster.
in. Hang
I'm
on.
not familiar with Doncaster.
Yeah, me neither. But So Mike being Mike, generous, sharp, and operating somewhere between encyclopedic arts oracle and whirlwind of loosely connected genius, suggested we meet at Art Bomb, a former estate agency turned experimental art space on Hall Gate. We were barely 5 minutes into catching up, talking about everything from regional funding gaps to whether Doncaster could sustain a grassroots film scene when he suddenly stopped mid-sentence, squinted toward a brightly lit window like something had just occurred to him from another dimension. Yeah, look.
I did include the photo. Yeah, free assault rifle with every new home. So, and boy, is that true. I mean, it's, oh my God, it's sick. Oh, here's another perspective.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, annex.
I mean, I love that people are pushing back. I love that.
Yep. Cool.
Because a picture's worth 1,000 words, right?
There you go.
Yeah. So good job, art world. Keep it up. Okay. So let's see. Next, we had the Sam Husseini piece.
Okay.
It's called More Than Words. And Sam Husseini got basically muscled out of, who was that guy that used to be under Biden? I can see his pinched little face.
Oh, yeah.
The press secretary.
Oh,
because Sam Husseini and Max Blumenthal were there, and they knew they weren't going to get to ask any questions, so he just started yelling at him.
Right.
And he's like, "I am the press," and they're like, "No, you got to go," and they like hurt his arm and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, they drag him out. It's
yeah, gross. So More Than Words. Now Imperial Israel strictly forbids starving, displaced Palestinians in Gaza who are baking in their tents under intense summer heat from entering the sea to cool off or fish.
And this is from July 13th. So.
Yeah. I remember the beach in Gaza so well, seeing poverty and oppression as I did even decades ago in a visit with my dad, and then seeing the most beautiful place I'd ever been, nature as a refuge. It's been said that the Imperial Israel is an enemy of the sun. And it shows that every day, every time the earth revolves around the sun. Now Muhammad, Shahida, and Decensored News note Imperial Israel strictly forbids starving displaced Palestinians who are baking in the sun. I read that part.
Yeah, sick. I mean, it's the most sick society.
So they have an answer right there that they can't get to, but they're forbidding it. And they're forbidding it by punishment of death. But to stay in your tent and starve is also death. So they're leaving them with no choices.
Again, horrific, just horrific. But
And Alexandria said, "Oh wow, an American train ran early for once. I've got to go. Nice hanging out with you."
there you go, Alexandria. That's that trade.
Yeah. So side note, there's going to be a rally for Amtrak happening on September 20th. We're going to try to get with the folks from Public Rail Now and host one in Carbondale. They're hoping for a national day of action. And I can't wait. It's going to be good.
Cool.
And we were just discussing that if Carbondale just invested in this like transportation hub, if Amtrak gets privatized, they may decide to skip Carbondale altogether. And then they wasted all that money and got nothing for it.
Yeah.
So anyway. Okay.
Do
you want to bring up about the yeah, we gotta back that up with a little positivity. So the Freedom Flotilla, do you want to talk about this one?
No, you go ahead.
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
Well, okay. Only weeks after the Q crew, see why you should have done it, of the boat Madeleine was intercepted and abducted in international waters by Israeli occupation forces. The Freedom Flotilla Coalition is prepared to set sail again. The Handala, carrying essential supplies and food and medicine, will begin its voyage from Italy on July 13th. Okay, so it's out there. With 18 crew members on board, including trade unionists and parliamentarians, such as U.S. labor organizer Christian Smalls. That's right, I heard that. French MEP Emma Fourreau and MP Gabrielle Cathala. Breaking the siege for Gaza's children. Michelle Borgia, spokesperson for Freedom Flotilla Italy, told People's Dispatch that beyond the flotilla's consistent message of solidarity with the Palestinian people under siege, this mission has an additional focus: the children of Gaza. Thousands of Palestinian children, including babies, have been killed in Israel's ongoing attacks. Borgia warned the ship's cargo includes baby formula. The name of the ship, Handala, is a reference to the cartoon character who turns his back on the world in protest until Palestine is free. Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you've ever seen the BDS logo, it's that one. It's got like an outline. You see like the hair. And it's got their hands behind their back, kind of just holding their hands behind their back. It's really cool.
Yeah, and if people hadn't heard, Israel was not allowing baby formula to get in, which will kill babies. It's, oh, God.
Yeah, I think we showed that a couple of weeks ago.
Did we? Okay.
Democracy Now! Reported on that. Like this doctor was in there and going, this baby here needs formula.
Yeah.
Got 2 days left and they're not letting it in.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't even know what to say about people that are willing to put themselves in that much harm's way. I mean, the flotilla is one thing, but to be a doctor, knowing they're targeting you is just
unbelievable.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Takes a special kind of person. And Francesca Albanese going up against the war machine hard. Yeah. That takes guts, man.
Yeah.
Well, our next story is about the teachers celebrate motion to drop ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, and the Israel lobby fumes. So, National Education Association teachers in support of Palestinian rights are celebrating their breakthrough success at the NEA's Representative Assembly in Portland this summer. Yay, Portland. After years of organizing with both one-on-one conversations and state delegation talks, NEA delegates voted to pass the Anti-Defamation League motion that rejects the ADL as a curriculum and professional development partner. We are witnessing a sea change in people's understanding of who the Palestinians are and what colonialism has done to them, said Mary Najimi, former president of the Massachusetts Teachers Association and founder of MTA Rank and File for Palestine. In the past, too many people didn't see the humanity of Palestinians because Israeli propaganda erased and dehumanized them. We call that anti-Palestinian racism. So when you fight, you can win?
Absolutely. And you know what I wanted to say was that
this is from Code Pink, by the way. Sorry.
Oh yeah, right. And what Mark Wayne had said on Colonial Outcasts, which I thought was, at first I didn't realize it, but it really is really true, is that what this has done, October 7th and beyond, has made people, and unfortunately with the horrific suffering that people are going through with the genocide, but it has really opened up people's eyes to not just that situation, understanding what Israel has been doing historically, and then seeing our politicians and the way they act to really get an entire picture of what our government is. And that is that there's a direct line from October 7th to where we are today. And it's, so, unfortunately, people have to die to sacrifice and make, the world to progress. But you can see it. You can see it now. Now all of our politicians are exposed. Now we know about AIPAC. Now we know about the control. Now we watch, politicians that smile in people's faces go in and vote to bomb and starve people because they've been paid to do that. And so it has exposed everything about our government.
And the people that we thought were on our side have been exposed as well.
Yep. Absolutely.
They will not challenge their careers. They will not challenge their comfy life and their nice healthcare that they have. They won't challenge it. And I wish I could have found that. I'm going to see if I can get that graphic that Sabby had talking about the pyramid of feudalism.
Okay.
Like then and now, it was really enlightening. Like politicians are way down on the list. Corporations run the world.
Yeah.
The military ones are at the top. The first 5. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that kind of leads us into our next segment. Scott's like, what are you talking about with this? Because I kind of like that phrase, 2 wrongs don't make a right, right? So 2 rights make us wrong.
Yeah. As in right-wing parties. So that's what the reference was. Yeah. I got it.
So, I know. Well, reading it and then hearing it is a whole different thing. We talk every day, but he's not inside my head.
No.
Yeah.
I was, I wanted to add this one just because I think Lisa Simpson is the perfect meme. She just is. If you still trust either one of the 2 primary political parties in America, you're part of the problem. And I love that. If you still trust, if you believe what these people say, anything that comes out of your mouth, you're part of the problem. You have to understand what they are doing. They are trying to fulfill the propaganda stream to keep them being able to get money from their donors and do what their donors want. As horrific as those things are, that's a sick thing.
Yeah.
Their donors are the military-industrial complex and Zionists. So they are paid to push death and murder. It's sick. My God.
I'm sure Lisa is agreeing. She absolutely is. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. Just promoting murder. It's exposing them completely.
Yeah.
Which leads us to our next thing. Why we end up, whichever party, with the same corrupt policies and wars by Jonathan Cook.
Mm-hmm.
It starts out, if the world looks confusing to you, it is probably because you're voting for fake left-wing parties and watching fake TV news, quoting fake experts.
Yeah. Jonathan Cook from July 13th.
Yeah, thank you. In political debates between left and right, what gets lost is the obvious point. The powerful maintain their power through an insistence that change is dangerous. They want power structures unchanged because the development of those structures precisely to keep themselves, because they develop those structures precisely to keep themselves rich and powerful. This is the starting point of right-wing ideologies. And I remember what I was going to say. Anytime you see a protest posted, this big protest, there's another one happening about Medicare and Medicaid cuts. Go to the organization, click on the donate. If it says Act Blue, the Democratic Party is behind it, and do not donate to them. Even if you go, I'm not against you going, just don't donate to them, because they are, it's a grift again, because they're collecting your money. So in 2026, they can run the game just like Zoran Mamdani, which I have trouble saying his last name. I keep trying to reverse the letters. He's hanging with Richie Torres. He's a Zionist. Like, dude, what are you doing?
And he's doing everything he can to appease people, but in that process, it's gonna dissolve.
Appeasement is selling out.
Right.
You can't appease them.
Right.
There's no appeasement with Nazis. There's no appeasement with genocide. I'm sorry. No.
Right. If you're not going to stand up. No.
Well, Hitler made the trains run on time.
Yeah.
Saying.
There you go.
Nothing against the trains here. I'm just saying they can do good things for the people. It doesn't mean they're good, that they're worth your time.
Yeah. One analogy I want to make is if people, whenever they're watching, the MSNBC or CNN or Fox, just think about World Wrestling and how that's exactly what it is. So it's drama, fake stories. They interview the wrestlers and they make their speeches, and that's all planned. It's all planned for the drama to get you to a certain point. It's the exact same thing. These people pretend to be serious journalists. They're not serious journalists. Everyone on MSNBC as a guest is CIA. Every single one of them. So please, it's wrestling. It's fake.
It's the WWE versus the WWF.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for those terms. I know so little about it that I can't even name them.
I liked it for like a minute when I was like 12. I don't know.
Right. And I get it. You can like it even though it's fake. You can like it if you know it's because again, they got to fall onto this thing. It has a buffer, but still, it's not easy. I could still respect them, but
it's
understand
entertainment,
it's
and everybody knows it's entertainment.
Right. Just
the government is trying to lie to us and tell us that they're actually doing something they're not.
Yeah.
Those without power can only help the weak and marginalized, end wars and genocide, stop the ecological destruction of the planet by changing these power structures. This is the starting point of left-wing ideologies. Consider that Trump is a big fan. I knew he was a fan of wrestling. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Joe's comments good.
Yeah.
South Park. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I was. No, I forgot my point. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll bring the comment back up. I distracted you. A lot of South Park snark out there too, articulating rage from the mouths of fourth graders. Well, not Mumble Mouth Kenny.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's their political football, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll come back to you.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's keep going.
Yep. So here are some folks that did we have that graphic or do we? Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So here's why it's a grift.
Oh, well, I was going to show
the
the other
do
one
not
first.
vote zone.
Yeah, I was going to show the first one, the other graphic.
Oh, okay.
The photo. There we go. So, and it's funny because they took a couple of pics because there's one where Cory Booker is obviously kind of trying to hide. He's still hiding a little, but there's one where he even hides more. And boy, did they make some good memes out of that one. Because, there's Netanyahu, genocide killer, Hitler of our time, in the center, and all of these folks that love to do a photo op with him.
I see Amy Klobuchar.
Yep.
I see Chuck Schumer.
Yep. The Democrat right behind Ted Cruz. God, Ted Cruz, he just admits that he's only there for Israel. He openly admits that.
He's like, I'll stand in the front. I don't care. They're paying me lots of money.
And now we can go to that other graphic that has the actual names of the people. So there we go.
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Okay, you do it.
I'm sorry. All right.
There we go.
Adam Schiff.
Yeah.
There we go. Adam Schiff. And
Amy Klobuchar.
Yep.
Chuck
Chris
Schumer.
Chris Coons. He's a nightmare too. Oh God, they all are. And I go ahead.
It's half and half.
Yep.
If you count it out, it's 8 and 8.
Yep.
And they're on board with the genocide. Do you see why we keep telling y'all just ditch the Dems? They're never going to change. Anybody that's good, they will chew them up, spit them out, use them for whatever they can, but it will not change anything.
No.
And like Zoran, you'll have to like start appeasing people right out of the gate to get anywhere.
Right.
You need people that are going to fight and that don't owe these people anything. We don't take corporate money and we don't take super PAC money.
And we won't have anybody on top of us trying to make us change. That's the thing. That's the difference between the Democratic Party and the Green Party. There is no one on top trying to make sure we fall into corporate line. That's the difference.
I love this. This is what it would look like if the government was actually transparent.
Yes. Yep.
Israeli
Absolutely.
flag, Fox News, Pfizer, Bank of America, Blue Cross Blue Shield. There's a class action against Blue Cross Blue Shield for colluding across state lines.
Okay.
Well, looks like AT&T is my next one I got to get rid of.
Well, yeah, it's just, it's a great graphic representation of what our government is. Our government is completely only subservient to those organizations and not us. They are not there for us at all.
Yep.
Okay.
So the gray zone piece.
Okay, gray zone. Right.
Trump's BBB busts the budget to benefit arms makers, AI warlords. Trump's bill slashes spending on veterans to boost corporate welfare for the big five arms manufacturers and surging AI spying firms like Palantir.
Yeah, so it's just, I'll read a little bit. And this is from antiwar.com. And it is from July 12th. So it actually did pass. This was when they were just still talking about it. I'm going to go right to the Pentagon pork and the people at arms. The bill allocates tens of billions of dollars to pursue President Trump's cherished but hopeless Golden Dome project, which Laura Grego of the Union of Concerned Scientists has called a fantasy. I don't know if you folks were following the 12-day war, is that what they call it now, between Iran and Israel. And Israel's dome, which we provided, and through our tax money, folks. And it's not a dome. It's just missiles that hit missiles. It worked for about 2 days, and then it fell apart because Iran knew technologically how to beat it. So now they want to do the same thing here, and it'll last for, what a massive, massive waste of money. She explained exactly why the Golden Dome, which would be supposedly protect the United States against nuclear attack, is a pipe dream. Over the last 60 years, the United States has spent more than $350 billion on efforts to develop a defense system against nuclear-armed ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. This effort has been plagued by false starts and failures, and none have yet been demonstrated to be effective against a real-world threat. Missile defenses are not a useful or long-term strategy for keeping the U.S. safe from nuclear weapons. What would keep the U.S. safe from nuclear weapons is if we would stop being the aggressive country in the storyline. That would really
that could be step one. Step two would be ban all the nukes.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, it's just the idea that we are the ones that are always causing the problems out there. Nobody's been coming at us. It's always we're going to other countries that surround the countries we're actually after. That we do a lot of. But that's the thing. It's our aggression that's causing the problem. I've said this before. These countries' defense budgets are truly defense budgets. Ours is not. Ours is an aggressive, offense budget. But all the rest of them have to try to watch out for the U.S. Go ahead.
Can I make a comparison?
Sure.
They don't want to fund FEMA to protect American citizens from natural disasters caused by climate change. They would rather ignore that problem and fire people and not take their phone calls and not help so they can do this. Right. I'm not saying it's a one-to-one comparison because there is M&T theory, and I understand that. But I'm saying a budget is policy choices.
Right.
If they want to fund something, they will fund it.
Right.
All they have to do is decide.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for Social Security and Medicare, everything. If they want to do it, they will.
No, our politicians stopped caring about the people in the United States decades ago. That
If
it's
ever.
just they don't, I mean, they don't even know, like they barely must even think we exist. I mean, I know they have to go do a press conference occasionally and pretend, but that's it.
Yep.
This bill also includes billions for more shipbuilding, heavy new investments in artillery and ammunition, and funding for next generation combat aircraft like the F-47. And folks, all of this is for Israel. Well, okay, a large percentage. The other part is going to be our obsession with Russia and China. So those would be the only other two additional ones. So our bombs that go to Ukraine, that's our obsession with Russia. The bombs that were being sent now to Taiwan, that's our obsession with China. And again, all the funding all around, all of placing of these are in the military bases around those countries, right?
Oh yeah.
But that's what this
Have
all
you ever looked
is.
at the military bases around Iran?
Yeah.
And they have not attacked anybody in 200 years.
Right.
So we've attacked somebody almost every day for our 200 plus years.
Right.
So who's the problem in this scenario?
Yeah. Again, we need to throw out all of these politicians. We need to throw them all out and call for new elections.
Throw the bums
Although
out.
we need a little more time on our side. We gotta get our candidates together. So okay, not immediately. We're still working on it. We've got some candidates
Yeah,
left.
because we want people that aren't careerists. We want people that I think we need a working class government. That's how they envisioned it.
Thank you for that.
Despite their flaws, we need a
Thank
working
you.
class government because we get it.
Yep. No, you're exactly right. And that's what, Edie and I are trying to make the Green Party too. Absolutely. Working class as the people that are running the government needs to come from working class and also just relate. I don't like career politicians. I can't stand them. And that's what happens. That's when you go into the Democratic and Republican parties because you want that career. That's what it's about. It actually, and at the beginning, maybe they think they're going to be helping people, but it pretty soon turns into this is going to be a career. And yeah, that's
because they get a taste of that sweet cash and privilege. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And I was watching a little bit of stuff on the Epstein files, and I'm trying to remember. It was the Chris Hedges show. We talked about putting them on here, but the guy he was interviewing was saying that greed, ego, and sex is how you can corrupt almost anyone. If you're not bulletproof on those, you're corruptible.
Okay. Well, you're not going to corrupt us on those. I'm just saying.
No.
Okay. Okay, let's change the subject. Okay, I'm going to read a little.
Scandals are like huge. I mean, that took down
yes,
his
of
name
course.
in California.
Well, I mean, that's what Epstein is. I mean, it's a sex scandal. It was, it was blackmail through, wild parties and filming what they did with young girls. I mean, that's the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. I mean, the Mossad, they made, that's been going on for a long time. That's part of their MO.
Yep.
I want to read about the nuclear aspect. Just in case you thought this country was only planning to invest in defense against a nuclear strike, a sharp upsurge in spending on new nuclear warheads under the auspices of the Department of Energy's National Nuclear Security Agency has been proposed for fiscal year 2026. $30 billion to be exact, which would represent a 58% hike from the prior year's budget. This big, beautiful, ugly budget is so massive that people they can't even cover all the stories around it. I mean, it's going to be a long time before all of this that they passed gets talked about. And, because I hadn't heard this until I read this part of the Gray Zones piece.
Yeah, they've been working on this. Oh, I was just going to say, they've been working on this with the Heritage Foundation for decades.
Yeah.
So that's why it's able to be like pushed, boom.
Meanwhile, within that agency, non-proliferation, cleanup, and renewable energy programs are set to face significant cuts. Right. Definitely the renewable energy will be leaving 80% of NNSA's proposed funding to be spent on, nuclear weapons alone. Those funds will flow to companies like Honeywell, Bechtel, Jacobs Engineering, and Fluor that help run nuclear labs and nuclear production sites, as well as the educational institutions like University of Tennessee, Texas A&M, University of California at Berkeley, which help manage nuclear weapons labs. So, I mean, you get a real sense of what this is. I mean, why they started that paragraph calling it pork. But it's pork that is aimed specifically at the military industrial complex. And it's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Just sick. But that's the country we live in or are living in these days until we change it. So,
yeah. And we are working very hard to change it. Which brings me to let's change our banner.
Oh. There we go.
And a lot of times on these shows we do get donations. I just created a really cool email that had a picture of me and Griselda at the Pride March. Scott took the video. I clipped the photo out, and one of our new volunteers, Hazel, created the graphic. See, we're teamwork here.
There you go.
Of us walking in the Pride March holding the Palestinian flag. Thanks to Andy Thayer and the GLN and allowing us to be there. It was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not your grandmother's green party or whatever.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with grandmas, but it's cool if you are still, a hippie. We welcome that, but a lot of us are activists and we've had it.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is another tool in the box. We need to pick it up and use it as much as we can. But I would like to invite everyone to please donate $26 for 2026 or even $5 or more to the Illinois Green Party to help us hire folks. We need to start building our teams now for 2026 because they have big donors. We have you. So putting out the plea, and we are super busy and we need help. So, and that's where your money comes in. We'll hire people to help us. That's my pitch. There we go.
And we need to do a time check and then decide what we're going to cover for the...
We got to cover this.
Okay, yeah. That's Mr.
Fish.
Fish, yeah. He's a famous artist
I think that says it all.
Yeah.
No words required. It's
right.
fine.
That's Mr. Fish. No words required.
He did write an article about it, but he's a cartoonist. He does a lot of work with Chris Hedges.
Well, it's probably somebody else did the article, but he's always provided.
Oh, no, he wrote something about it.
Really? Oh, wow.
I think it's called, what is it? Something Inc.
Oh,
yeah, I think he's starting to write about his experience because, I mean,
nice.
It's so hard to stay quiet, but
great.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll have to double check, but
yeah, we'll have to cover that.
Yeah. So, where are we now?
Do we want to?
We'll do the first part of the Trading Life for Death. There's Ralph Nader's still around. He's in his 90s. He's still amazing. He's got the Ralph Nader Radio Hour, and they mentioned stuff about Medicare for All and the Golden Dome, but so this is Trading Life for Death. Let me see. Yes. Where do we have it started? Let's see.
Press building in Washington, D.C. This is your Corporate Crime Reporter Morning Minute for Friday, July 11, 2025. I'm Russell Mokhiber. The volume of federal employees who are disclosing wrongdoing is surging, as are the numbers who report retaliation for making such disclosures. That's according to the latest figures from the U.S. Office of Special Counsel. At the same time, the Trump White House has removed the leaders of entities such as OSC, the Merit Systems Protection Board, and agency inspectors general, compromising their effectiveness. Despite widespread rhetoric about government efficiency, the very people who can best identify problems are increasingly ignored, said peer executive director Tim Whitehouse. This is akin to turning off all the smoke alarms in the name of fire safety, he said. For the Corporate Crime Reporter, I'm Russell Mokhiber.
Yeah. I mean that says it all. Checks and balances out with this administration. They're not going to allow anything to be checked on them, and they're going to punish people who whistleblow.
Yep, this is true. And Ralph was very effective in his heyday. but they changed all the locks. So we have to do different things. I think he's still kind of in that mindset. I know he's a brilliant guy. He's done amazing things. He's the reason we have safety belts. Hard telling how many lives he saved just by doing that. But isn't he responsible for like tons of our like OSHA and EPA?
Oh yeah,
Like
right.
he was instrumental in like pushing the consumer advocacy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he was there for the people, and he was able to get a lot of stuff done before he ran for president. And then they're like, no.
Should we go to the Medicaid and ICE one? Because that one's kind of a shocker to me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So yeah, you can see all of the stuff that we covered, or most of it, because sometimes we throw in some last minute in our show notes if you want to go check it out yourself. But we're gonna skip down a couple. Yeah, Medicaid. Wow. Medicaid is giving ICE access to data of 79 million enrollees, including ethnicity.
Because that's what they want. Oh God, they're sick.
Go after people that can't afford
Aren't white.
anything.
Well, that aren't white. That's what they're going after.
Well, it's both. Like, let's go after these people that can't afford anything. If they're on Medicaid, they probably don't have money. They can't fight back. They can't hire a lawyer. We can just disappear them.
Right.
And then, we're going to know where you live as well. Here, I'll just read it. And this is by Sharon Zhang from Truth Out. The Trump administration is reportedly handing the personal information of 79 million Medicaid enrollees to Immigration and Custom Enforcement, also known as ICE, giving vast power to the rogue agency as it ravages communities across the U.S. The data includes names, addresses, ethnicity, and race, birth dates, and social security numbers of Medicaid enrollees per an agreement signed between Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, and the Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah. Sick. Again, I mean, they talked about how, this government is going to soon turn on its own, and that's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They are turning on us.
One story that I've been meaning to cover, it does seem a little out of the realm. Did I put it in, I hope?
The property tax?
Yeah. So
we can do that one.
I definitely want to talk about that one. So I followed an article and I signed up for Injustice Watch, which they do a lot of really cool stuff. Illinois is the last state to unlawfully strip wealth from homeowners caught in tax foreclosure. The real culprit, legal experts say, is Illinois Property Tax Code, which mandates the sale of delinquent taxes to private investors while failing to provide homeowners a meaningful way to access any of their home equity if they lose their home to tax foreclosure.
Yeah. I mean, we have got to make this a campaign issue for our candidates here because
it's on my list.
Horrific. This is horrific.
And the property tax is the way it's used. It's used to penalize poor people, and because the wealthier properties have the better schools. And they don't have to worry about this because they can pay their taxes. But if you get behind and you just can't find that $3,000 or whatever it is, you ran out of things to sell, people to ask, your job doesn't pay enough, whatever, they can come take it from you. Right. And you will receive none of the equity that you've paid. And JB talked about his grandmother's home was taken from her, remember?
Yep. Oh, this is so common. I mean, right. You can be given a home, from your family.
Inherited.
But then the cost to keep it is just horrific. And that's the thing. I think we said this before. In China, you pay property tax once when you buy it, right? Then you get taxed, yes. And that's it. It is,
It's disgusting. I want to read a little bit about this.
Yep.
When Cook County Sheriff's deputies burst into the Maywood home of 74-year-old Velma Lewis with a battering ram It wasn't because she had committed a crime or had a warrant issued for her arrest. It was because she fell so far behind on her property taxes. Lewis, whose mother purchased the Chew flat in 1961 and had long since paid it off, made the fateful decision a decade ago to replace the roof instead of $200 property tax bill. Velma Lewis stands. Oh, that's the picture. That's Velma
Yep.
Lewis. After she failed to pay the taxes for another 9 months, county officials auctioned off her tax debt to a private investor as required by state law.
Yeah, there we go.
Am I yelling?
Yes, as you should be. Oh God.
I know I laugh.
No, it's horrible.
That's
I
my
know.
stress release mechanism when I'm laughing. It's so absurd and it's so infuriating. I don't know what else to do but laugh.
Yes,
You know, it's not funny. It's not that kind of laugh. Just saying. Retired and living on a fixed income. Lewis said she was saving up to get current on the taxes, but she fell further behind. In the end, the investor foreclosed on Lewis's home, and 3 years later, sheriff's deputies showed up at her front door.
Yeah.
This is our country.
Right.
America is not the country you think it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of our audience is clued in, but
And the percentage of corporate owned housing in this country keeps going up and up and up. Blackstone being the number one. And it's, I tell you, we have to make radical change in this country. That's why, I know it's my personal goal. I try to make the Green Party as radical as possible because we need radical change. The Band-Aid stuff doesn't work. It does not work. I mean, we are in really bad situation. And now with climate catastrophe hitting us on a weekly basis, it's just, we have to do radically different things of the way we organize this government. So,
yeah, and climate change isn't, I mean, the people that don't believe in it, I don't know what there is to believe. It's science. There's a, what they call it, academic consensus. They all agree, 99.9, unless you're getting paid by a company that wants you to report something differently, called being co-opted. It's like the gradual couple of degrees, and correct me if I'm wrong, because Scott's way better at this than me. The gradual change is overall, but what happens is floodwaters rise faster, tornadoes happen more often and are more severe, hurricanes are more severe, rain gets dumped in like 45 minutes. That's what happened in Texas. That's why that flood is so bad. 27 feet rise in 45 minutes. That's impossible to escape.
Yeah. No, there's so many different aspects. I do recommend the book, The Uninhabitable Earth, because it emphasizes the cyclical aspects of the climate catastrophe. The one I just kind of point out is fires. So a fire hits, there are less trees to be eating up the carbon and supplying us with oxygen, which makes the earth hotter, which means more fires, and that's the cycle. And he had 6 different ones, but glaciers melting, and now there's so many different things that happen, and the thing that we have to recognize is how much opposition is going on to this concept of getting people to understand what's happening. There was a subject, I can't remember what it was, but it was a while back, and I decided I think it was Facebook, and I decided I would go and research each of the comments. And so I went to a comment and I looked at their page, and their page was their picture and one other picture, and that was it. I went to another one, looked at their page. Their page was that picture, and one more picture, and that was it. And I'm going down it, and I'm realizing these are bots. And, they talk about bots all the time, right? And they just made some kind of snarky comment. So that was a computer accessed AI snarky comment. And so I just wonder, because anytime I see anything weather related on the internet, oh my God, the comment section, it is just horrific. It is horrific for every one person who, well, I would say if there's one post about the fossil fuel industry and that being the main cause of this from the very beginning, there's probably 100, 200 posts about cloud seeding and all kinds of crap and just anything, but the denial of the reality. and I need to go do the research again to see what percentage is bots. But I mean, the energy out there trying to deny it is horrific. I mean, they're still doing that in the Fox world. It's all
And it's the
climate
same with
denial.
the Israel stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, of
Complete
course, there's
denial.
some legitimate folks that are just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, in my opinion. Is a nice way to put it. That's not what I really mean. But, lots and lots of people that come in and say the same thing over and over. It's a bot doing it.
Yeah.
We've had them come into YouTube stuff and like that,
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can do your own bot research, folks. Just go look at the profile. It'll
if
be
it just
real
fixes
obvious.
them,
Yeah.
then
It'll be real obvious when it's a bot.
run.
They got no history. Yep.
And it floods out the people actually having the conversation.
Well, that's the point, right? That is the point of the bots. Yep. And sorry, folks, I haven't seen any Russian ones. They love to talk about Russian bots. It doesn't fit the agenda. There are bots, but there are corporate run bots for specific reasons. This one, you could say it's probably oil industry bots. That might be pretty close. Do I have proof? No, but it's, it is true that the bots do exist. I'm just not sure that they don't speak with a Russian accent too much. They love to use that one. That was, oh my
Well,
God.
because they love lining up the next target.
Well, it fit their agenda. And bots
they've been doing it
exist.
for China. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese bots too.
And I'll never forget when Trump ran in 2016, he went on Letterman and Letterman called him out about, so where are your ties? He's like saying he's going to be president and going to do all this stuff and America first and all that shit. And he's like, but your ties are made in China or you're this and that. And I was like, Dave Letterman was cool. I'm sorry. The rest of them can't compare.
Well, they just canceled the one guy.
Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, just canceled. I guess canceled the whole show. But I don't follow that stuff. I can't
I don't
stand those shows. I
It's
mean, I don't
more-
like celebrities, so celebrities are just gross. So
I only like the celebrities that are doing the hard work of
Greta.
standing for the less fortunate.
yeah, Greta is a celebrity I will love. But the rest of them-
Macklemore,
Macklemore. Okay, we got 2 celebrities.
Roger Waters. Okay, 3.
3. Oh wow. Okay, we're on
But
a
I
trend here.
don't like them for
Maybe
their
I-
celebrity.
Maybe I love
like them.
celebrities.
I like them for their activism.
Of course. Yeah.
So there we go. Okay, I
All
think we
right,
made
everybody.
it through. We're only 18 minutes over.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I gotta run. But
Yeah.
yeah, good show. And thanks everyone for coming in and stopping in and hanging out with us. We didn't do too many comments. Maybe we could.
Oh, we put
Right.
up most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
All right.
I think people were mostly listening. And we have Gabe Medina from California coming on the show on Wednesday.
Okay.
So it should be interesting. We're going to talk about ICE and what's going on in his community.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. ICE is
Let's
quite
get the
a
inside
battlefield
scoop.
out there. Cool.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Peace.
Bye now.
Bye.
Uprising, we're rising up.
It's an
Uprising, we're rising up.
It's an uprising.
Fight the power.
It's an uprising.
Fight the power.